Hello and welcome. I'm Jeremy Searle, and today I'm going to be addressing the subject of traffic backups outside of rush hour on Montreal's Decarie Expressway, specifically on the northbound lanes between the Ville-Marie Expressway, the 720 in the south, and the Trans-Canada, the 40 to the north, where the Decarie heading north terminates. And those of you who suffer these inconveniences, day-long blockages, are probably aware, might agree, that they're for the most part nodes, as it were, bottlenecks which occur around the Queen Mary and the Jean Talon entrances to the highway. And if you've sat in that traffic, you'll find that once those bottleneck areas are passed, the traffic, generally speaking in the daytime, clears up and flows smoothly to the north of the Queen Mary and the Jean Talon entrances, and for that matter, to the south of the Queen Mary area. It appears quite clear that there is enough capacity on the Decarie Expressway heading north to accommodate all of the vehicles for the most part in the daytime, but failures in planning, all sorts of reasons have led to these blockages. And recently I was witness to something very interesting. 4 emergency vehicles, 4 police cars in one of these daytime blockages, and the traffic somehow managed to make way for the 4 emergency vehicles, the police cars, which were in column heading somewhere at great speed. And as the emergency vehicles were allowed to pass, somehow, because the traffic appeared to be all blocked up, other motorists quickly tucked in behind them and zoomed down to get away behind the fast-moving emergency vehicles. And interestingly enough, the highway, which had been completely blocked, became fluid. The traffic became fluid, very easy moving immediately. And this gave me an idea which I'd like you to consider. The Decarie Expressway heading north is very interesting. It has 3 lanes, one of which, the right-hand lane, is essentially becomes the Metropolitan Trans-Canada heading east. The left-hand lane becomes ultimately the Trans-Canada Metropolitan heading west, and it would be quite feasible to drain off on a regular basis traffic. Now, as we head up the highway, we see the dotted lines here. People can change lanes all the time, so when the trouble areas around the Jean Talon and Queen Mary entries, exits come up and the blockages occur, traffic changes lane across all the lanes, ensuring that the entire highway gets blocked. Now, what if we were to take one lane, the left-hand lane, which ultimately only takes you onto the Trans-Canada heading west, and designated it for traffic which could then not leave the lane? Let's take a look. Consider this. If we were to make the left lane of the Decarie heading north such that you could enter, much like the Hotel California in the song, but never leave, dotted line to the right, solid line to the left, so that the left lane heading north on the Decarie would be only for traffic heading west on the Trans-Canada. No back and forth from that lane when we get to the blockage points around Queen Mary and Jean Talon. Suddenly you would siphon off the approximately third of the traffic heading north on the Decarie Expressway, allowing it to travel at speed and taking away the tendency of that same traffic to be back and forth into these other lanes, helping to create the blockages. Siphon off some of the traffic, see if it would work. It would just be a little paint. Give it a try for a month and see if it works. Well, I don't know what you think, but I invite you to consider, and thank you for joining us today. Good day to you.